sure by now you've seen all the Sora 2 video clips that your friends are sharing, but did you know Sora 2 actually has an API that you can connect to make and automate your video creation? It can generate video clips from a simple prompt, or better yet, you could actually use a reference image and create video clips from that. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through using the Sora 2 API with make.com to automate your video clip creation. Then I'll cover what's possible and what's not possible currently with the Sora 2 API. So let's jump in. Normally, I would start the workflows from scratch and show you the build, but this one's so simple that I can just jump straight into it. This one really is only going to be 3 nodes. Obviously, you can make this much more extreme after this once I walk you through it, but it's really just going to take an image, send it to the OpenAI Sora 2 API, and then output the video and upload back to Google Drive. And I'll walk you through that in a minute, but first I want to show you what we're going to create, what we're going to do, and the power of it. So I grabbed a sample image. So this was just an image I found online. And I used a prompt, and the prompt created this output. That whole video clip was really just taken from the single image, and the prompt was something like, this is a picture of 2 Labubu toys. Make them say gibberish in a little monster voice, then stand up and walk away. And how cool is that? And it created it. Then I took it one step further and I said, let's use the same image, but this time let's create a Christmas commercial of a little kid opening or getting this toy for Christmas. So here is the video that it created for our Christmas commercial.
Wow, it's the funny one. He's so soft. Look at his teeth. Hi, little guy. I love him. He's perfect.
Bring home the magic this Christmas with Labubu. Cuddly, cheeky, and ready to make mornings.
That's wild. That's so wild. So that again was just from the same image as the input. And the prompt was, this is a picture of 2 Labubu toys. Make the video kid holding one of them on Christmas, being super excited. Make sure we can see the magical Christmas morning. Zoom in on the Labubu toys. Zoom in on the kid being excited. Should be in the style of a Christmas commercial. So let me show you one more example. Let's say we want to take a product shot that's a little more professional, one especially for like an e-commerce store, and turn it into a commercial. This was a sneaker I found, and the prompt I used for these was pretty much like create a commercial for this, and some specifics around like timing, which I've been finding has been helping. And the output was mind-blowing.
Precision in every cut, power in every takeoff. The Air Jordan 13, built for the moment.
So again, mind-blowing. Just keeps blowing my mind. I could play with this all day long. All right, so let's walk through how all of this is connected. And it's actually pretty basic at its foundation. And you can make it much more complicated. And I'll go through some ideas on what you could do, and also some limitations on what's not possible. So this workflow really just takes a file from Google Drive. You could have a file come from anywhere. For example, I have a client that's storing images in a Dropbox location, and they're just still images, and we just add a little basic animation to them, and it's really just for some social media content. But here I just use the Google Drive module. I already connected it to my account, very easy to connect. And then you just really select the file. If you wanted to automate this, you could have a trigger that's looking for a new file within Dropbox. You could have it connect to things like Notion, a spreadsheet, like a table. Every time there's a new file in there, it could automatically go and grab it. Possibilities are endless. And then the main module here is our OpenAI generate a video module. So if you wanted to add it, you would go to OpenAI, the module. You could do like video, just to search by it, and then generate a video. And that gives you this module right here. The connection, you just need to go get your API key. One important piece about the connection, this will only work if you have a verified OpenAI account. It's very easy to get a verified OpenAI account, but you do need to upload like your license, I think picture, like your passport, some crazy stuff. So not complicated, but a step that you would need to do. The model, you can pick a few different models, but we want to stick with Sora 2. Sora 2 Pro is available as well. Sora 2 Pro's pricing is very expensive. I'll get into pricing here in a couple minutes. And then sizing, you can either have landscape or vertical. And one thing to keep in mind is that your input image will need to be these exact dimensions. It's interesting because the video doesn't need to have anything to do with the original image setup. Like you can just upload the picture like I showed you of the product shots, and it creates something completely separate. But you will get an error if you don't upload an image that's like 720 by 1280. So you either need to go and edit it, the raw image, or use a tool like Cloudinary, or some type of like cropping tool, auto cropping tool that can make sure that it resizes it to constrain it to those dimensions. And it's pretty straightforward. If you don't do it, it will give you an error, and it clearly says like it needs to be the right size. So you'll know if you don't get it right. Then you can choose your seconds. I've been doing 8 just because it feels the right amount. One of those clips might have been 12 seconds, but you pay per second, and the Sora 2 is 10 cents per second. So, for 12 seconds, it can cost you $1.20 to generate that clip. So again, not the cheapest option, but super cool. And I've definitely ran through, I don't know, probably $100 just playing around with it at this point. And then you need to give it the image reference. It has to be the binary file. So this is one caveat. You need to make sure whatever you're doing to get your file, that it actually turns it into the binary file. So the Google Drive download a file module will output the actual binary data. So you can see that make.com automatically recognizes that, and I can choose it as an option. If you are getting an image from, let's say, just online, like you would need to use the HTTP method and then like download the file, and then it should get you the binary data output, and then you can link it to the image reference. And then finally, there's this wait for a video to be generated. I have this set as yes, just because it's easier that way. So it pretty much, when you run it, you just sit there for like, I don't know, 2 minutes and just wait for it to be generated. The other option, let's say you need to do a bunch of video clips and you want them to run asynchronously, which means just, sort of all in the background at the same time. You can choose no. You do need to have a separate step, which OpenAI has, which is the list video jobs. So you would do list video jobs, and it would actually output all of your active video jobs, and you could see if they're done and processed, and then you could continue on with them however you want. So let me run this real quickly just to show you the output of it so you can see what it looks like. Let's switch the prompt to something more interesting. This is a picture of two Labubu toys. Make the monsters destroying a city like super cute Godzillas. Let's see what this comes up with. Run it. And then this really just takes a super long time. So I'll cut to it being done. All right, that finished. That took probably, 2-3 minutes. I don't know. I started staring off into space while I was waiting. So it takes a lot of time, especially if you just want to have it sit there. So if you're doing a bunch of videos, like let's say you have like 10 clips you need to generate, I would definitely do them asynchronously. So don't wait, and then have it look through jobs and process them asynchronously. If you have questions, throw them in the comments. I'm happy to show you what that means. But otherwise, the output from the module is our video ID, which again, you can use the video ID for remixing, which is possible. I played around with it a little bit. I wasn't having a ton of success with it, but there is an option to remix a video. So if you want to, you have a green shirt in a video and you want to switch it to a purple shirt in a video, that would be what you'd be able to remix. And otherwise, you have the video data, which is kind of the main big piece here that we use to upload then to Google Drive. So Google Drive accepted the video. You can see I have the data chosen. It knows that it's binary data chosen here. And then I've just chosen the folder that is going to go into, the location that is going to go into, which is my example folder. And that's about it. So let's look and see the output of the Google Drive folder is the location of it. And I'm going to go and download this. So that's amazing. That's hilarious. So super amazing, but let's cover cost. It is not cheap. Here's the cost for the Sora 2 pricing. It is not cheap to run this at the moment. I'm guessing it will get better at some point, but we're looking at 10 cents for the Sora 2 per second. So if you're doing 12 seconds, it is $1.20. And then the Sora 2 Pro, which I have not played with a ton yet, it's 3 times the price. So it gets, and then you could do Sora Pro with the larger sizes, which it doesn't look like we actually get that option here. Oh, actually we probably do. 2 Pro, and then we get larger sizes. So you could go bigger. So Sora 2 Pro, you could go bigger. I don't know if you get more time. No, you still get just 12 seconds. So you could go bigger, but you're looking at 50 cents per second. that gets really expensive. So that would be $6 for a 12-second clip. You better make sure you get that prompt right. And then there are some restrictions on what is possible. So I did attempt to use a picture of my face and have it say something silly. And you can't actually use pictures of faces. So it'll give you an error in saying that it isn't allowed. So you can't do input images with faces or humans. They're currently just rejected. And then you can't use real people like celebrities, public figures. They can't be used within the clips. They'll get rejected. Copyrighted characters or like copyrighted music will get rejected. So if you try to upload a picture, I'm assuming of like Yoda, it will probably get rejected. And then finally, only content suitable for audiences under 18. Other than that, it's expensive, which makes sense. So you want to make sure when you're testing that you have some controls in place so you don't accidentally spin up a bunch of clips and run through a bunch of credits. And finally, it's just kind of hard to control, which we know with all of the image and video generation that the prompt can only get you so far. And then it's really just up to the model and how it's going to create and generate whatever it is within the prompt. But it's obviously only the first versions of this text. It's only going to get better. And this is working perfectly for things like B-reel, product shots, adding just a little animation to videos where you want a still image to animate or kind of come to life. And at the end of the day, it's just fun to make silly videos. But hopefully this was helpful. I'll have the workflow available for download, even though it's super basic. If you come up with something super interesting or make some crazy, silly videos, please post them in the comments so I can see them. As always, I'll answer any questions that you have in the comments. And if you found value in this, please like, subscribe, and check out my next video.